makes a happy widow? Oh, I got remarried. Oh, I found God. Oh, I found myself. Oh, I have a hobby. I keep busy. And none of these things on their own, and I say that precariously because God is in there, none of those things on their own sustained me at first. So what makes a happy widow? Hey y'all, I'm Maya Dion, your favorite widow coach. And I'm out here on this windy day and my nose is a little red, as you can see, because it is cold. It's chilly. It's beautiful, but it's chilly. So we're going to ignore my nose, okay? So I wanted to talk about what makes a happy widow and why, to a lot of people, while that may sound like an oxymoron, it is absolutely possible. So what makes a happy widow? Well, for me, being happy was about three things: confidence, comfort, and connection. And being confident, I had my husband. I leaned on him for that. And while anyone may think that that is, the wrong thing to do, or how needy and how, whatever you want to call it, two became one. And it was awesome. And I'm not ashamed of that. The side effect, however, was that I didn't know how to be confident without him cheering me on, without him supporting me, without him being my safe place, without him being the person that could tell me, oh, you're beautiful, oh, inside and out. And I knew he meant it. It's different than people saying, oh, you're so beautiful. When you know somebody means it, and you know that they're not talking about how you look on the outside. They've seen you're ugly. They've seen you're violent. They've seen everything and still call you beautiful. So there was that area that I had to work in. And then there was the connection. I had no community once I was widowed because all of my friends were either single, because remember I was widowed at 27. So all of my friends were either single and mingling, single parenting because they hated their man or their ex or their baby father, whatever you want to call it. And they just were not in that stage of life. Like their stage of life was learning who they were and traveling and being young and being out in the world, or they were happily married, and so I just didn't fit in anywhere. I usually didn't need to fit in anywhere. I had my husband. Fitting in was Netflix and chill on like steroids, like kids in the bed, dishes away. We finna get under a blanket and wiggle our toes together and watch a movie. Right? That was my social life and my connection. He understood me, and that's what I wanted. So there was that. And then there was the idea of comfort. Comfort is about stability. It's about foundation. It's about knowing that you're in a space where you know what's going to happen. You know how it's going to go. You know who's got your back. You know what your backup plan is. And I think discomfort is a large understatement, a grave understatement for widowhood. So that I was robbed of that as well. And reestablishing those things, it's funny to me how, the first things people think that happens when you get remarried is reestablishing all those things, right? Or the first thing that happens when you find God is all those things are they come back to you, right? Or when you find yourself, like those are the answers that you usually get from people when they say, oh, what makes you happy? What makes a happy widow? Oh, I got remarried. Oh, I found God. Oh, I found myself. Oh, I have a hobby. I keep busy. And none of these things on their own, and I say that precariously because God is in there, none of those things on their own sustained me at first. So the confidence piece, I had to go find on my own. I had to be whole before I could even let somebody else love me. I had to love me. I had to figure it out. How do you love me? How do I love me when I hate my circumstance? How do I love me when I think I'm in the way? I'm not enough. I'm hurting so badly that I'm angry at the hurt. Yes, in a roundabout way, I did find God there. In a roundabout way. I went looking for the logic and found him right smack in the middle of it. So I'll talk about that another time. But yeah, God was in it. But logic was too. And reliance on self, God was in it, but I had to make the first move. I had to let him in. I had to ask him to help me. I had to believe that something would shake or something would change. So that also bleeds into comfort. I had to have a foundation. I had to have something that I believed in again, because when you are widowed, a lot of the things you believe in go out the window. A lot of the things you think are a sturdy foundation go right down in the hole with him. And so I had to reestablish foundation. What did I believe in? What beyond a shadow of a doubt could I count on? What was my contingency? And yes, God was in there too. Also, though, what God showed me was who I am and how that plays a part in the confidence, in the foundation, in the comfort, in the contingency plans, in the knowing what I can do and what I need help with, in the knowing where I can find the help. And there's the community. So the community piece, I had to make it, honestly, because while there were other connection points and other places that described themselves as what I was looking for, I didn't see myself. You know, I saw widows at a different stage. I saw just a lot of differences that didn't make me feel like I could do it too, you know? So there's that. God was in there too. I did originally look at the church as the community, and for me that didn't work out so well, honestly. Eventually it did, but it took a while. And so creating the community I needed, putting God in it, but creating that community was part of my happiness. And so together, I'll say it again, what makes a happy widow for me was finding confidence and reestablishing it in myself with God, finding connection, reestablishing it with myself, what I wanted to connect to, who am I? What, that's the finding the self part, but what parts of me stand out so much that I am looking for connection in other people. I'm looking for she read my mind. I'm looking for man, I would love to talk to her about this. I wound up being it for a lot of people. And interestingly, that was very therapeutic. So I found my community and connection. And then there was the comfort, the knowing that without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going to be all right. The foundations, the belief system, that is still building. That took some hits, with health scares and ups and downs of regular life. Like that had to be tried and tested in my own fires. I couldn't borrow it from other people's experiences. Couldn't borrow my faith from what people told me about God. So, apparently I had to FAFO, But that being said, those are the three things I would say: confidence, comfort, and connection.